Jason Amo is out there. Let's go, Jason.
Cat was sick.
It's a company that started as somebody's school project and didn't make any profit till yesterday. Even Facebook offered to buy it for 3 billion. That was in 2013, and the guy refused, and is now worth 33 billion. Now we're really taking a look at what exactly the whole fuss is about. Some people it's just for young people, others say it's for adults. We're going to be discussing all of that and how it contributes to our social life. I think it's the new big thing. It's the new Facebook, if I can put it that way. I have with me Eresi, who is on Snapchat as Under the Cutie. What's that?
Well, that is the name that you have to, like, when you enter into your search engine, that is what you use to find me on Snap.
So Under the Cutie has 2,500 followers on Snapchat. How many do you follow back?
Like less than 100. I don't really have, yes.
Yes, and by social media standards, if you don't follow a lot of people but you have a lot of followers, so you're more like a social media star.
Well, maybe a mini celebrity, if you can put it that way.
Okay, and then I also have another I'm sure he'll be bigger because Kessie has 3,000. How many followers you have?
Please, I have just 2,000.
Okay, so Kessie also has 2,000 followers on Snapchat. How do you guys come about those numbers, though?
Basically, I just rape everyone's Snapchat. Like, anytime I meet you, I'm like, can I snap? Can I rape myself? And then, mostly I'm with people who have a lot of followers on Snapchat too as well. So once I rape myself, I get followers like I'm about to do on her Snapchat because I need to carry away some followers. And then it depends on what you're doing on your Snapchat. Maybe you're fooling, you're doing something interesting, and then someone will just forward your handle to someone to add you up. That's what we do.
Okay. So call me old school, but personally, I don't get what the whole fuss is. So everybody's like, we are snapping, and you sit in the trotro, and someone's like, I'm like, what's going on? What's the fuss about? What's the craze with Snapchat?
Okay, so Snapchat basically is like sharing your day-to-day activities. Probably you can take up to 10 seconds of what you are doing, or maybe a friend or something. Maybe you can use it for advertising. It's a platform, so you can use it for so many things for the right reasons. Some people use it for the wrong things, but you can use it to it has so many benefits. So it depends on how you want to use it, and then you are good to go.
So how do you use your Snap? What do you use it for?
Okay, so for me, I'm just a fun person. I love to go to nice places, make fun on my Snapchat. So basically, that's what I do every morning to afternoon. I'm a foodie, so I try so hard to tease people with food. I'll go to a nice place, order for something very rich and spicy, and then just mess around, especially those that are outside the country. They want to eat the fufu, the kokonte, and stuff like that. So that's what I do, and then I make fun out of it, and people just laugh and say I'm making their day. That's what I just do.
Okay, so there are at least 2.5 billion snaps every day on Snapchat. Nanado is a social media expert. What does this mean for social media?
Well, when you said that it's the new Facebook, it's actually not the new Facebook. It's the anti-Facebook. Because one thing that the founders found out was that people didn't want, especially the younger generation, didn't want everything out in the open. I mean, how can you find a way to send a private message or a video or a picture without it, with you being goofy, with you being silly, without, it being stuck and being permanent? You see, the younger generation, they're always, de-tagging themselves off of Facebook. They really care about more of their brand because there's some people who grew up with Wi-Fi. You and I, we didn't grow up with a laptop. Know, right? you understand what I'm saying? So the younger generation appreciates social media much more and are more social media conscious about how they put themselves out there. So they need a way to be able to be goofy, be silly, to have fun without it being without their job going into their Facebook profile and checking it out. So when Snapchat started, it started as Peekaboo, and it was used basically to send naked pictures and nude videos to other people. That's how it started, and then it built up and it built up, and now it's the $28 billion company it is now.
It certainly isn't as big as Facebook, but does Snapchat make you feel more comfortable, considering what he said, that after a day, everything disappears?
Well, yeah, it does. It does. Because, with Facebook, it's like a public thing. But with Snapchat, you can send them. It's like some people use it for sexting, sending news and then such pictures, and so with those people, they are on the safer hand without putting it on Facebook, but rather they resort to Snapchat to post such things like on that platform. Yes.
Considering that Snapchat probably won't be only for doing dumb stuff, and is there anything else? Can I get my news on Snapchat? Because I'm not on Snapchat. So if I'm just going to go there and act silly, then I don't think it's for me. Is there something more than acting silly on Snapchat?
Exactly, a lot. I mean, that's where people do advertising, everything. You could put your news there. Once you're a news person, people are going to add you because they want to read your news and stuff. People add me because they want to laugh. People would add her because she's pretty, maybe she's been going to nice places. So you can do everything with Snapchat, not just fooling, not just eating, but you could still, because I have someone who just came to my Snapchat just to advertise her stuff, and people are screen munching and people are buying, and there's like a code. Now when you go, you just mention my name, that's Starboy Kese, and then you get a goodie from the person. It's a form of advertising your stuff. Exactly.
Yes, something like a barter trade as well. Maybe someone is a makeup artist, or probably someone has a product he or she wants to advertise. So you have a huge following, you want to advertise for the person, so the person gives you something in exchange. Probably it can be finances, maybe money or anything, or probably like a lady. If I know someone who sells good makeup products and I want them, and that person wants me to advertise, so we do exchange. I give you my followers to buy from you, and then you give me something in return. It's just like that.
So Nana, from a marketing point of view, how can companies benefit? Because I recently saw a post by the New York Stock Exchange. They actually have a banner outside which says "Add us on Snapchat," and that's a big institution.
Well, the first question is, how does Snapchat necessarily make money from private videos that disappear within 24 hours? And what they decided to do was, with this new discovery feature, you have a ton of top name brands, especially from the US, like Vice, ESPN, you have these huge companies that advertise on it. So you have snaps that have these, multi-billion dollar corporations that are advertising on Snapchat. So there's that feature. Again, you have to realize that because it's so new and so trendy, a lot of the brands try to focus on that target market. So there are some brands that won't, and there's some brands that will because of the demographic, because of the demographic target.
Okay, let's talk competition though. Oh, you didn't put me in that snap.
Oh, no, I was just reading a DM.
Okay, but I have to feature, please. My first time on Snap. But looking at the competition, WhatsApp, since Facebook did not get the bid, they sort of introduced WhatsApp Live, and then they introduced Instagram Story. Are you going to... Yes, and now we have Instagram Live. Is that going to make you go off Snapchat?
Never. No. Yes, because Facebook, the founder is very